You know, that we ask ourselves that why do we even need mentors? What do they serve us for? What uses mentors in our lives? I'll give you some examples why. I'll give you some examples why mentors are very, very good for you. You know, I used to be that kind of person. I'd be like, I don't need mentors. I don't need someone to control me. I don't need someone to do this and do that to me, do that for me. You know, I used to be that kind of person. So, but mentors are very good for you. Let me give you some examples. Like in the Bible, you have Moses and Joshua. Moses saw the people of Israel, led them to the close to the promised land for 40 years. He um, he was good to them, interceding for them even when they are rebellious. Led them properly, even when he got angry with them. He long suffered for them. He led them properly the best way they can. All these things, Joshua, being a novice, learned all these things from Moses. So when the time come for Moses to hand everything over, because he couldn't go into the promised land, guess what he did? God told him to lay hands on Joshua, because he's going to be the one to lead them to the promised land. That he cannot continue because he rebelled against God by what he did. Instead of speaking to the rock, Moses hit the rock. And as a result of that, Moses qualified as himself from going into the promised land. What God did out of mercy, you know, he make him climb up a hill, a mountain, so where he can oversee the promised land. He looked at it. After looking at it, that was the time. That was the time when he died. After that he died and was buried by God. So in the end, after Joshua learned everything from Moses, he used the same technique he used. Even though Joshua was different, Moses used because he learned it from Moses. And Moses poured out his virtue by laying hands on him. So it's everything he learned from Moses, he used it in the days of his reign. He led the Israelites. Another mentor situation is Elijah and Elisha. Elijah and Elisha wasn't that long, but he was Elijah was leading the school of the prophets, right? Just like Samuel did in his own days. Samuel, when Samuel was leading the prophets, the book of Samuel, right? And Saul came to Samuel to attack David, but he tore off his clothes and walked naked and prophesied, right? The same thing Elijah had, but God told him to choose Elisha. So when he was leading Elisha asked him what he wanted, because everywhere Elijah went, he followed. He followed him too. Everywhere he wanted to go, he followed him all the way. Then in the end, he asked him what he wanted. He told him, "Hey, I want double portion of your anointing." Elijah was like, "Hey, you asked, hey, hi, what's up? You asked for a hard thing, but when you see me being taken up, then you can be able to have it." Though it was not long before he was taken up, and Elisha threw his stuff, his mantle, he was torn in two, with the double portion of his anointing. Now, another example is Jesus and his disciples. Jesus and the apostles. He knew those that would betray him, like Judas. He knew those that would be loyal, like Peter, like James and John. Even Peter, you know, you know, knew what they knew what they knew what Jesus wanted. They knew how to be loyal, right? They knew who Judas was, but from the table from which they ate, right? So even when Peter was going to betray Jesus, he knew. He even prophesied that Judas will not make it into heaven. He said he will be in delusion. He will be a son of perdition. He will not make it. He will go to his own place. He will go to hell. because of the guilt that he had, because he will not forgive himself. He said that it's better, it's better for him not to be born. You know, it's better for him not to be born than to betray the Son of Man, which is Jesus, right? Well, once Jesus was raised from the dead, you know what happened? Judas, Judas kept on, Judas hung himself out of guilt, right? And when he rose from the dead, the third day, he met him according to the book of John by by the sea. They found out it was Jesus, and he restored Peter to his own place. It asked him if he loved his sheep 3 times. And Peter was grieved because he felt like he was being doubted. But Jesus wanted to make sure Peter loved his sheep, so he can take care of them. So another example of mentors is Apostle Paul with Timothy, you know, and Titus. Timothy was the bishop of Ephesians. Titus was the bishop of Crete. At the end of the day, he told them what to do in the books. If you read the book of Timothy, he told Timothy what to do. He told them what to do when they are bishops. He gave us an example. He laid out an example according to the church. What a bishop is supposed to be: a husband of one wife. He's supposed to raise the children right. His household right. His household is supposed to be in order. The book of Titus says the same thing. So they know how to become bishop. They know what to do. They were loyal to the very end. Now, the book of another example of a mentor is Eli and Samuel the prophet. Eli and Samuel the prophet. Eli, when he was older, in the end, he was his sons was defiling the temple, sleeping women in the temple. God warned Eli, right, that he should not be doing that. But you know what happened? He didn't chastise them much like he was supposed to. So God called Samuel three times. The first time he called him, he went to Eli, find out if he was calling him. He was like, no, I wasn't calling you. Second time, it was like, I was not calling you. Third time, Eli discerned that he was being called, right? So here's what he did. He was being called by God. He told him to respond. That he respond that he was the servant and that he was listening. Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. That's what he told Samuel to do. That was what Samuel did. At the end of the day, unfortunately, Eli ended up being destroyed because of his own children. It died at 80 years old. Yes, he died at 80 years old. And another kind of mentor, this one, a kind of back out of mentor, is King Saul and David. David has served King Saul properly, loyally, but when Saul began to see what he was doing, that he killed 10,000 more than Saul killed 10,000 according to the song that they sang. He was like, you know what? I will have to kill him. He may be the one ordained to replace me because God had rejected Saul a long time ago. That's why he went to the witch of Endor to raise up someone from the dead so he can talk to him. Because God doesn't want to talk to him. God doesn't want anything to do with Saul because to him he's already replaced. To God, Saul was a king that had already dead. It was a dead man walking already. So, apart from that, what are the good things mentors do? Mentors make your career accelerate. So if your career is a dead stop and you come to a mentor, if you apply what they have told you, you will go further in life. If you're not applying it, you will slow down. If you're not listening, you will slow down. If you're loyal and humble, you will keep on, your career will grow. The second thing is you have personal growth. all around your life, personally, you will grow. Everything you do, your wife and your children will be in order, your finances will be in order, everything like that. Your skill will grow. Come to what I'm teaching you. So your skill they to teach you, you will grow from there. You know, and another thing they do for you is networking. So almost every person you will know from your mentor, they will know you today. They usually they will tell that person you're reliable. Once they know you, once they know your mentor and they know you, they know they're reliable. They can call you for any venture, and it's something like that. To your mentor, your connection for your mentor, you know something. You know they know that you're reliable. They know you can have something to do. Now, the last but not the least, what you're going to have is improved performance from your mentor. Because of everything you've learned from your mentor over the years, that you have over the months, years you spent with them. Now you're going to be improved in whatever you do. You're more skilled, quicker, faster, quicker to learn, absorb whatever you need to absorb. This is what you need to learn from a mentor. You'll stay blessed.